just a short while before we did, and they had a house out on they had rented a house out on South Bluff, way on the other side where the hospital is now, the Corpus. And so we moved to town then in 1912, and
were you there during the tidal wave?
Oh yes, yes.
That was in what,
That was
1919 or?
Yes, that's the year I married. I was already married then when I came and was living in the valley. But
you were in Corpus. You were not in Corpus during the tidal wave, though, were you?
When the flood?
I was there. I was there in one storm, but I don't know what they call it.
I don't think you were there during the tidal wave. That was the tidal wave came after George went overseas and came back, and had been back about a month. And we were living 2 blocks from the bay, sea level, right where we live.
Well, I was still at home then.
Oh, were you?
No, yeah. I guess that was when I was. No, I don't know about that. I don't know.
That was before Joe was born, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was 1919.
Now 8 months before Joe was born.
Okay, that was 1919 then, because Joe was born in 1920.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. That was just after Ben. Well, Ben and I married in 1919, and we moved to the valley. We went on to the valley from. He just got out of the service, and we went on to the valley. We got married and went on to the valley.
Where did you marry? What town did you marry?
Corpus.
Corpus?
And that was February the 22nd, 1919. And so we lived there. We thought he had been sending money home to help to make the farm, you know. They had a farmhand living in a small house down on the same place. And they figured that Vince would buy this fellow's crop out. They gave him a little acreage to help work the farm. But he wanted too much money for it, so we lived in the house with the Fries for a year, I guess. And then Ben rented the farm, and then his family, his daddy was a carpenter, and he built a house. They built his grandmother Fry's father died, I guess it was, and she inherited some money, and they put it on a farm, and Dad built a house on it.
Well, now, was Ben born in San Benito?
Yeah, we farmed.
Were all your children born in San Benito?
Oh no, just Benji.
And then where was Wilson born?
San Antonio, and Bessie and Kenney were born in San Antonio.
All born in San Antonio.
Huh?
They were all born in San Antonio.
Yeah, all except Ben.
Except Ben,
And Benji was born then in December, and we farmed the farm that year, and then we moved over on the Brown tract, tract of land east of Hondo, and we farmed out there a year or two. Then Nell wrote me that maybe Ben would like to collect for her husband, you know. He was a loan business. So we moved to San Antonio, and he collected for JB, for several years. So that Wilson and Bessie Lee and Jenna May were all born in San Antonio while he worked for JB.
Yeah.
And then when Benji was about 15 years old, we moved back to San Benito, and he finished high school in San Benito. And so he and Bessie Lee both finished school in San Benito, and when we moved back to San Antonio then, in 1943, well, Jenna May was still in high school, so she finished high school.
She was junior high. She went to Poe Junior High. And then she went to Brackenridge.
Oh, that's right. She went to Poe, and then she went to high school at Brackenridge. And then when she, in '49, she went to college one year, and at Kingsville, and she met Fred, and so he lacked a little bit of getting out of college, so she works at Frost Brothers, and then she works sometime for J. Lee too, while he finishes schooling. And then they got married in 45, 49. 49.
Yeah, 49.
I lived there with Dad until he passed away.
On Essex Street.
Huh?
No, Kate.
No, on Caton. That's on
On
Caton.
Caton.
Mm-hmm.
On Caton.
Yeah, well, we lived there back y'all too there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you and your mother.
Mm-hmm.
You all boarded with me,
Mhm.
and she was working
Yeah.
at Kellyfield.
Yeah. And then we get to Mom, and then let's go to you and then Uncle Frank right quick, and then we'll eat. Okay?
Now what about you and who you married?
I don't
Where
care
did you meet your husband?
I met him at Corpus. He was in the service. He was in,
Army?
Army.
Uh-huh.
And we just lived. Our home was just 2 blocks from the Army post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met him there in Corpus.
But when y'all married, you moved down on the waterfront, though, didn't you? Down on South Beach or whatever that is, North Beach over there.
Oh, I tell you, we moved so much. I'd hate to try to tell you, because we moved a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you all moved a lot. When George had to go overseas.
I know, George, yeah, he went overseas, was over there a year after we married.
And then Joe was born in Carpus, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Before the storm. I mean, after the storm. After y'all were wiped out.
Joe was buried. Joe was born 8 months after the storm. Because I know I was a month pregnant when.
But y'all were wiped out in the storm, though, weren't you? You didn't have any furniture or anything left over.
We lost everything
Yeah.
we had.
Yeah.
How old were you when you married?
I was 18 years.
18? But didn't you tell me at one time that George's father lived with you? You and
He
George?
lived with us a lot. He stayed with us a lot.
Mhm.
His wife had passed for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And he came. Oh, he had 2 daughters. He didn't. My husband was Kenny's father was the only son, and he had two daughters. And he didn't stay with them much because they lived in hotels and in East Texas, and he did not live like that. And he'd stay with us more than anyone else, it seemed. He lived with us quite a bit.
And was he living with you during the storm, that tidal wave?
Oh yes, oh yeah, he was there, and my husband, the boy's father, had just come back from overseas a month before the storm, and he was motoring on the street horse, and he had gone out that morning, and it was bad. Oh, it was terrible. And I was scared, but he said he thought he'd better go on. So he left early to go get down to the car barn, get home. And my father-in-law was there with me. And, oh, it was bad weather. And I told him I was just afraid to stay there. He said, well, we'll be all right. But it was 2 blocks from the bay, and it was just sea level, So that's when they had that tidal wave. And, of course, the water just came right up. And I kept telling my father-in-law that we better go, we better leave here because that water's going to come right down on us. He said, oh, he talked long, we'll be all right here, we'll be all right. And said Belle and I, that's his oldest daughter, said we sat all through a bad storm. And said she got uneasy, but she kept saying, well, we should leave, we should do something. And we just sat there and said we just sat all through the storm, and it didn't hit them hard or anything. It didn't bother him. So he thought it'd be the same this time, and I kept saying that. I think, well, I don't know why, but I took a hammer and nail. Now I nailed up my doors while we were still at home, begging him to let's go someplace, last spring. And I picked up the rug off of my living room floor and put it on top of my bed. I thought, what if the water comes? I don't know why. How come me to think about doing something like that? And I thought, well, the bed would float maybe, and if the water did come up our place, why, then I'd save my rug maybe. And sure enough, the water did come up. But I had nailed the doors up, and so when finally I told my father-in-law, I said, listen, I looked out the front door, and a little skip and some lumber and everything was coming from the bay, you know, coming right over in front of the house. And I said, Dad, come look here.
How deep was the water then?
Well, it was coming up, getting up, it was in the street, you know, because the boat, little skiff was floating on down the street in front of the house. And I said, we better leave because look out here. And he looked and he said, oh, yes, he got scared. Yeah, I think we better leave, Carrie. And he said, don't know where we'll go. I said, well, there's a 2-story house on the corner. I said, maybe, you know, being 2-story, maybe they could go up higher and higher. I said, we'll go there. Shoot, by the time we got over there, everybody had gone from there. Wasn't anybody in the neighborhood. Everybody had gone. Well, we looked out and saw the cars going from the beach, taking people from North Beach to safety. And all the cars were just lying, just going fast, taking them, going up there and get the people, taking them to safer ground. So after he saw that, he said, yeah, we better get out of here. Well, he had already told me he wanted to eat some, he didn't say post toasters, he liked a bowl of post toasters, he called them post toasters. He said he wanted a bowl of post toasters. So I taught him a bowl of post toasters, and we had a round table. I had brought it before their daddy came back from overseas, sister brought it. And there that bowl was sitting up there on that, and when the storm was all over, of course, the water got up in our house over the doors, you know. It got way up. You could see where it got, or how far it got, because it was black oil. The black oil, it got up there, you know, you could see the signs. So we finally got to the courthouse. My father-in-law.
Did you save a cow along the way or something?
Huh?
Didn't you save a cow along the way?
See a what? Oh, no, that was in the courthouse yard. And they finally took it and put it in the basement first, and the water got up in the basement, and then they got it up somewhere to the first floor. I didn't hear how it came out.
But Dad didn't come down there with y'all, though. He didn't know where you were, did he?
Who? My dad?
Yeah.
My dad was an
No, my dad.
Your husband?
Your husband.
No, he didn't find us because he was over in the cutter, in that section, driving his streetcar motor. Streetcar.
Yeah.
And he couldn't, after the telephone pole and everything blew down, he couldn't get back. He couldn't get him. So he stayed, and she slept in colored quarters.
Yeah.
The house was all the colored quarters. So next, we stayed there all night. And well, during the time we were there at the courthouse, well, the water kept coming out, but it never did come up. We got up way up, you know, how it is at that courthouse at Corpus. But we got up to the second floor, and then here comes some bananas and apples broken in there because there was a banana boat, you know. That, I don't know what
capsized.
Yeah, capsized something. And of course, people were picking up bananas and apples and trying to find them to eat because they didn't know how long it'd be picked. Right. So I picked up an apple and gave it to Dad Fuller, and he said, you go ahead and eat it. I said, no, I'm not hungry. He said, you may get hungry for morning or before we can get something to eat. And I said, no, you eat it. And I kind of like darkness because I was wet, you know. I waded water up here, you know, to get, and I lost my shoes in the water. I had on some pumps, and one of them came off, and I couldn't feel around and find it, so I just kicked the other one off and went on barefoot. There are a lot of people were barefoot. They didn't mind that. And I remember Dad Fuller had a kid's father's heavy overcoat, army overcoat, and he took it and with him, and he kept it on because it was wet, you know. But I guess it did help out. But he wanted me to put it on. I said, no, I don't want it. And I know I got uneasy about my family, my parents, because Dad being an invalid, and he and Mother were there. And I was afraid they were alone. So I was crying around there, and I asked them if they could, they wanted, some of them asked what they could, if there's something they could do for me. Because the telephone lines were down and nothing anybody could do. But anyway, I said I'd like to find out if somebody could get out to where my parents are, because I said my father is an invalid, and my mother is alone with him. I felt like they were alone, and Louis and his family were living out in that neighborhood, and it happened as it happened, they went over and stayed with Mother and Dad with them that night. Well, they didn't know anything about this high water getting up downtown, you know, because they were lived up on that high bluff, south bluff. It's a high bluff. We lived just about a block from the bay, but as I say, it was high, and the water couldn't get up there.
Well, did anybody die in that storm, Mom?
Did they? And that, Bess, you remember that, don't you? Or do you remember that tidal wave? Yes.
I know the one in Galveston, they killed there. About 800 killed in Galveston
then they
before
floated
that.
across the water on from one housetop to another, or any kind of lumber they could get onto.
Yeah.
Babies were found up in rafters up in the garages. And I went back to see the ruins, you know, after that. And it was terrible. All the North Beach was just swept away. Everything was just ruined. And I've got some pictures of some of the houses, just the water where they left them, and all cockeyed, you know, crooked, and that old, but that old North Beach hotel still stood. And but there was one, the little milliner that I had worked for before I married. She was washed clear over to Odom. Now, if you know how far that is.
It's a long way.
Across the Texas Bay.
It really is.
And she, unfortunately, had some swimming lessons. And she clung on to housetops and whatever she could hold to, and she landed over in Odom, that far.
How old was she? How old was she?
How old?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she was about, she's over 36 now, I don't know. She's about 38 years old, I think. And she was chubby too.
Yeah.
And but she washed that far. And I had three friends, three people that I know lost their lives. A little girl, a friend of ours, had was with them, and she was spending the night with them. This woman, this milliner, was spending the night with them. And she wanted to take the little girl with her. But they said, no, we'll all stick to the family, we'll stick together. So Miss Fritzer went by herself. And the family all perished. They never did find them. That I know of.
Well, then, let's go on through so we can eat.
Leaves Uncle Frank.
Yeah, but Mom had
Oh, the children.
Joe, and then what? The son in between Joe and I was born here in San Antonio. No, he was born in East Texas. Was he, or where?
Well, let me think.
He's buried in Houston.
No,
Or Houston.
yes. No, he was born in, yes, he was born in Houston.
What?
And I lost, he passed away, he lived just 2 weeks, he was
Yeah.
premature. And that was Joe was 3 years old when he was born. And
Okay,
then,
he was right in between us then.
right in between, and then 3 more years, and you
And then me.
3 years, you were born.
And then Uncle Frank, we'll get on down to him right quick. He married Aunt Lida. Ermelie.
Now, Frank was married before that.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Frank
that.
married when he was young.
He never did have any children by his first wife.
No,
though.
they didn't have, they were not married too long.
Mhm.
That Barker girl, a woman, the name of Barker, lived in Houston. I think they were friends of Lida's and Lucy's. And Frank married her, and they didn't live together too long. So then, when they separated, then Frank, he didn't marry again for a long time when he met Ermelie in Waco. Ermelie, at the same time, I know him, them lived in Waco. And Frank met Ermelie, and they got married and had 5 boys.
And Mary.
Huh?
And then Mary. 5 boys
5
and a
boys,
daughter.
and Mary, yes, Mary was the last.
Billy Wayne.
Billy Wayne and Dick,
Richard. And then Jack.
And
And
Don.
then Don. Bobby Dan. And then Mary. So I think we've covered the family tree.
Well,
All your brothers and sisters.
why don't we cut it off then? And
And as I was carrying the cat to the new house, a dog came up, and that cat was let me cross the face and got my nose. And he ran back home to us here, I never saw that cat. Then when we were in Waco, and John was about 5, there's this beautiful black Persian cat with a white throat and white breast and 4 stocking feet came to the door Halloween night. And when the kids opened the door, he walked in and just observed. He looked like he had on a tuxedo. He was that elegant. And he just looked around and he stayed there. And we stayed with us about 3 or 4 months, and that cat would play with John just like it was a dog. About hide and seek and such. But then he moved on. But also he jumped. I knew he was going to jump on me, so I did like this, so he wouldn't jump up in my lap at the table, and he jumped on my back and went down my back like that. Oh my! So that didn't impress me too much either. I don't. Today, I guess I might ask for it in some respects.
George doesn't like cats.
But cats will be sweet cats, and they'll come up, and then they'll start.
Like that purring.
Well, they're supposed to be
like
their
him.
contentment.
Yeah.
So I've been told. But
you can't tell them anything, Bessie. They don't. You can't. You know, I wouldn't mind cats, but you can't say get out of here or go outside.
You can tell that
like
cat to
you
go
can a dog.
outside. You can ask that cat, you went outside, and it'll come to the door, and I can let it out.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, too.
You can call a dog by its name, and it'll come, and the cat.
I can get up and call that cat by its name, and she comes in the house. She does, too. One night he was, but I don't know, this was before or after he had surgery. It must have been after he had surgery. The cat was in the house, and, it was cold. Anyway, George's back was sore, oh God, he didn't even want me to get near him. And this cat jumped up in the bed, and she just got up there, like he said, and started doing like this right over George's. He liked to kill after her.
Did you make a dessert?
Yes, I did. Did you like some? With the strawberry pie, slice of strawberry pie.
Was it a big piece?
They have a too.
No, thank you. Just a little bit, huh?
Okay. And Beth, you want a piece of pie?
I don't think I have room for it.
Sure. How about you, Mom? A piece of
No,
pie?
I don't either. We ate.
What kind of pie have you? Huh?
Strawberry?
Oh.
Oh, that's different.
Strawberry jello pie. Yeah.
That's different.
I'm not changing my mind.
Just set it right here. Okay. Just set them right there, and then I can put it from there to the dishwasher.
You might as well just pass them on down, Lee. You won't have to do anything.
Yeah, just let me.
Feel like we've really accomplished something.
You were not able to get much out of the reunion on this, were you? They were just milling
I
around.
guess it was good. We got some good pictures, but it was so noisy that you couldn't hear any of the talking.
Gabbing around.
Mhm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I just wondered how much luck you had.
I got the picture of back of Lee's head 2 or 3 times there.
That's what it was.
I'll put that on in a little bit. As soon as we get through with our pie, I'll put those pictures on it, Bess. So as soon as we get through with our pie, I'll put those pictures on that we took out at the reunion. But it was so noisy, that's all you can hear is just the rumble of the crowd. And I didn't realize it was going to be that way. I wouldn't have taken it out there, really.
Well, there's something wrong got with it. Did they get it fixed?
No, we got that fixed. Fred fixed that. But,
Greg, get along all right?
fine. He was supposed to come over tonight and have supper with us. And he
Well, you
wanted to,
are.
but I don't know what happened to him.
You got sidetracked.
He's kind of tied up with this little gal that he's going with.
Hey,
tonight,
she's a
Carol.
pretty cute little number, too.
Yeah, she's cute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like her. She's a nice gal.
Do the hummingbirds eat that blue?
I don't know whether they do or not. They
I ran out of red. We just put it on there. We're going to see.
Yeah.
Aren't these pretty places, Matt?
Yes, they are.
I think they're coconut beans. I brought some to Mrs. Johnston from Hawaii.
Mhm.
We went to the where they were making them, and I got her some. They were just plain brown. And the directions said keep them oiled instead last long. They don't
And Bess, you did want some, didn't you?
Ooh,
Did you hear that? Did you keep those oil?
Oh, really?
Hmm? Lee, how about it? You can eat a piece of that, can't you? Hmm? Best give me just a bit, would you? That's fine.
I'm going to get some
Thank
notes
you.
too.
Well, is that when you went to Hawaii with Aunt Nell?
Yes.
No.
Nell and I and Mary Nell all went. That was in 61 or 62, I forget which.
Mhm.
That's when I was at the San Marcos.
Well, y'all stayed a week or two, didn't you?
I don't know how long we were gone. Anyhow, we went over on the ship. It took us 5 days to go over there, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But we enjoyed the ship trip, too.
I bet.
And they had parties, and they taught you the hula dance.
Oh, that's great.
And they had different things, different entertainment.
I bet that was fun.
It was fun going over on the
Did y'all stay in Honolulu?
Pardon?
Did you stay in Honolulu?
Yeah, we got a hotel there on the beach, and then we took a plane over to the other islands, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had to trip around the big islands in a car, a circle around the Hawaii, and saw the craters, volcano craters,
Mm-hmm.
and then went to the
Y'all go out to
I think they called it Volcano House. Anyhow, they had I don't know what all they had there, but they showed a film on the volcano eruption.
reprimanding them. Yeah. Did you go out to the pineapple
Oh
plantation?
yes, we saw the pineapple growing and the sugar cane.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever been there?
Mm-mm. Well, I have, but I've never been to the pineapple.
Well, did you get to ride around and to see any of the lava flow?
Aunt Bess, I was only there one day when I was in the
that's
Navy,
funny. You didn't
and I
go.
didn't get to see anything.
No. But we drove around the island, and that lava flowed clear down to the ocean.
Hmm.
And you could just see this big,
You see where it flowed.
oh, they had to cut through it to make the highway.
Hmm.
And all around that, you could just see the lava flow has hardened, you know, clear down into the ocean. And we went on the beach where there's black sand. Can you imagine black sand? It was black.
From the volcano.
I guess so. Anyhow, all that part of the beach was just black sand instead of white sand. Of course, up at Honolulu, it's white sand.
Mm-hmm.
Or light, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I've been to Waikiki Beach.
Uh-huh. And, but this was a certain area where the sand came in was black.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it was from the volcanoes.
Probably, yeah.
Are the rest of them not going to have any?
I guess not, I guess. Just you and me. They don't know what they're missing, do they?
The dog sure picks on that black one.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Then the black one tries to play with the others, and the dog grabs him, stops him.
Singles him out, yeah.
You know.
But he doesn't hurt him.
And the mother cat just lays there.
Mm-hmm. If the dog hurt the cat, well, it makes a noise, and the mother cat would jump on the dog. How you like that pie, Bess?
Delicious. I haven't eaten any strawberry pie.
I forget what this fellow does. I think he's retired. But he has a handicap of some kind. But they go out to these honky-tonks on Saturday night. And told Susan, well, I'm going to call you. Go with us sometime. But she was in the process of redecorating her house. And And she wrote Jin May's number, not Jin May, Susan's number on a calendar or something in the calendar. It was thrown out, so she lost Susan's number. And Susan had